HubSpot and ActiveCampaign are two of the most popular choices when it comes to picking CRM. And they are both very good systems, but honestly, make the wrong decision here and you can be stuck footing a massive monthly bill, forced to migrate everything over to the other one, or just missing features you actually need. So in today's video, I want to compare the two and show you which one is the best option for you to use in your business. Now I'm gonna focus on comparing the HubSpot Marketing Hub Starter Suite, that's a mouthful, with ActiveCampaign's kind of closest fit, as they're the most affordable packages that have kind of most of the features in them as well. The Marketing Hub Starter starts from £17 per month when signing up for a year, but if you go above this, the next jump up is literally hundreds more each month, which is just an insane jump. The comparable price here with ActiveCampaign is their Plus bundle, which costs $49 per month on an annual subscription. But this is a trap that I fell into with my previous business with HubSpot, and we went from spending this, small amount each month to hundreds, like literally hundreds every single month when we didn't use all of the features. And that's the key thing here, if you use the features. So let's compare, and I'll leave a link down below to sign up for both of these in the description, which is totally free to use, but does help support this channel and it helps me to make more videos like this one. Starting off in terms of number of contacts. Now for that price with HubSpot, you can store up to 1,000 contacts, and it is then another £17 per month per kind of extra per 1,000 additional contacts. But for some reason, with 5,000 contacts, that comes to £78 per month, which isn't 17 times 5, but moving on. Now, ActiveCampaign includes the same 1,000 contacts for $49 per month, and for 5,000 comes to $149 per month. Now, this does make HubSpot cheaper when looking purely at these numbers. Now, a large part of my audience are IT businesses, so remember that with the CRM, you're not going to add all of your customers and all of their employees into your CRM. You're likely just going to add, the main IT contact, perhaps the owner or the IT manager. So it might take you a while to actually reach, even that starting figure of 1,000 contacts. When you factor in the number of included users, which can actually log into the CRM system and access and manage everything, HubSpot has no limits, whereas ActiveCampaign includes just 3 users, which is more than enough for most small businesses to get you going. Now things start to get interesting when you start digging further down in the big old features list. Automations is one of the key things for me that stands out here. Now to get workflow automations within HubSpot, you have to jump to their massive cost of £700+ per month, which is just ridiculous. Whereas workflow automations are included as standard onto ActiveCampaign's basic plan. And now these workflow automations open up a ton of possibilities with ActiveCampaign, which are just truly valuable to me as a business owner, and I think to many other businesses that I work with as well. So if you, like me, want to do a ton of clever automations based on what your prospects and what your customers do, things like sending emails when they do certain things like signing up or buying something from you, then ActiveCampaign is a far cheaper solution for you, and probably honestly the best option overall. And that is because there is just so much more you can do in most businesses with an extra £700 per month over some of these, extra automations. I guess the only workaround to this would be for yet another subscription to something like Zapier, where you could perhaps trigger the automation from within Zapier, but then you're paying more for Zapier. But at least then that would be cheaper, I think, than upgrading HubSpot if all you need are those automations. And honestly, this is the one that tricked us with HubSpot originally. We had to upgrade to their £700 plus per month product, whilst we were only really using a tenth of what was actually included. On to other features now, and this is where HubSpot just about takes the win. From being able to manage your Google Ads campaigns inside of HubSpot, like tagging and tracking prospects as they come through the campaign. Now this is quite a useful feature, or being able to build and design literally your entire website and blog on HubSpot itself. Now you can do some basic things with landing pages on ActiveCampaign, but not to the extent of what you get with HubSpot. But again, if you already have a website you're happy with, maybe like a WordPress website, then pretty much all of these features won't be that really interesting to you. Now you can also schedule meetings with HubSpot. There's a deals board to track your pipeline. There's a shared task list. You can even generate some basic quotes, and there's a basic ticketing system in there as well. Now ActiveCampaign is still good and has some of these features, but this is really where both products are really defined here. If you use all of the features, then HubSpot is great value. But what I typically see here is people get forced to upgrade again with something like the automations, the workflows, and then start paying hundreds more per month when they don't actually realize that the likes of ActiveCampaign can do that for a fraction of the price. Now, if you want a basic CRM system to email your customers, to tag them and organize everything, which is what 90% of businesses need, then ActiveCampaign is the better option. Now, if you want all of the extra features, which can be quite powerful, and like the integrations that HubSpot offers, then yeah, HubSpot is the choice as long as you're aware of the limits, which pushes you into that next like very expensive bracket. Now, in terms of the overall design and interface though, it is an easy win, hands down, for HubSpot. Now, I don't think there's any question that this looks nicer than this, but looks aren't everything. And particularly when it comes to a CRM system, and particularly these two, it's all about the features and functionality. But it is still nice to actually enjoy using something that aesthetically just looks and like functions nicely. My only slight annoyance is that ActiveCampaign seems to just be getting uglier each time I log in. I'm just not a fan of like the flat blue design. They've been getting like lighter and lighter each time I log in. But that, I guess, just come down to personal preferences. And as someone who has quite a fascination with everything orange, you could say I'm somewhat biased. Now, for sending emails, both of them allow you to use a custom domain, pretty standard. ActiveCampaign will limit you to 10 times the contact limit. So if you have 1,000 contacts, the most emails you can send each month are 10,000 emails, which is plenty. If you're sending, say, a weekly email, then other automations in between that'll be fine. Whereas HubSpot halves this at 5 times the contact limit. So only 5,000 emails. Now, if you're sending anything more than a weekly email to your contacts and you have all those 1,000 contacts in there, this means you might get into trouble as you start reaching those upper limits of your contact limits, and you might need to like go up to the next level before you technically reach it. Otherwise, in HubSpot, there is also a limit in terms of the lists you can have. You can have 25 dynamic lists and up to 1,000 static lists. Now, their dynamic lists allow you to bring people together with like similar tags or interests into their, its own like dynamic list that then updates itself constantly. Whereas again, ActiveCampaign doesn't have these limits, and you can segment your audience into like these lists and segment as many times as you wish, including these kind of dynamic lists. They're just called a different name within ActiveCampaign. So as far as which CRM system is the best, it depends. But for the majority of most people, I would always recommend ActiveCampaign over HubSpot because of those like workflows. They are so powerful when used in the right way, and it's vastly more expensive to upgrade HubSpot to get those features back. So unless you are dead set on some of those features like quotes or calendar bookings or deals board or ad integrations, then ActiveCampaign is the best for you. And even if you need those features, like honestly, you could get them by signing up for other best of breed products like Calendly and still save yourself a bucket of cash at the same time. So if any of that did help you, I'd really appreciate that if you could use the link down below to sign up for either one of those tools. It costs you absolutely nothing, and we earn a small commission on each one, which just helps support the channel and to create more videos like these ones. Until the next one.